Google has just dropped prematurely Gemini 2.5 Pro, and it is incredible for development, apparently. So what we're going to do in this episode, we're going to take a look, run it through its paces, give it a little go, and I'm going to show you several ways you can get running with it right now, whether you're vibe coding or using Windsurf. Right, I've got Gemini 2.5 running inside of Bolt DIY. I'll do another episode on this, so if you want to see that, then do subscribe. But basically, I'm doing it through OpenRouter, which if you don't know what OpenRouter is, it's a website that ultimately gives you one API key to access all of their models. It's a really convenient way to do this. So I've created an API key here. And then I've had to add some credits, and I think it needs about $10 of credits for this to actually work. So once you've got your credits loaded, you've got your API key, you can add that within the environment variables of Bolt DIY. You can obviously select OpenRouter here, give Gemini 2.5 a wee search, and then you want the Pro preview. Now I've got a prompt here which I'm going to give it, see what it does, basically create a Slack clone and React V and TypeScript, and let's see how we get on. Now I like to keep an eye on my logs that are going on here just to see if there's any errors and stuff like that that don't show up in Bolt, so we'll leave that there. So let's have a little look at the release here and see what's going on. So they actually were supposed to release it at I/O, which I don't know when that is. Here we go. When is that? May 2021. So we're May 8th right now. So we are way ahead. And they want people using it. So they've released it as a preview before Google I/O to see what people do with it. And the really interesting thing about it is that it's multimodal. And in combination with this huge, I think like 1 million context token allowance, you can upload videos, you can upload documents, you can upload images, loads of things like this that make it a really powerful tool, particularly with larger code bases. And that's the other thing. This is geared heavily towards coding. I think they mention it here, and lots of different types of coding as well, like large code base sweeping changes that you would do on vibe coding tools like Bolt, which is what we're using, down to the minutia tasks of like code transformation and things like that. So it's a really, really versatile tool. Really inexpensive, but it's the most expensive one here. Looking at pricing here, it's kind of like towards the high end, just below 4.0. So it's fairly, it's getting there, but it's still very cost effective, especially what you're getting. So again, multimodal and all that lot. So if we look at the web dev leaderboard as well, it is coming out on top, which is beating 3.7 Sonnet. I would argue that 3.5 is a better. Universally, I think that's well recognized. But really, I mean, from a benchmark score, from an arena score at 1419.95, it's coming out on top. This is really, really exciting. We're going to be doing it in Bolt DIY, but you can use it in Google AI Studio. And if you have the Gemini app and you log in in the browser, you'll get access to Canvas as well, so you can play around with it there. And of course, this is going to be available in Jupita Chat. I've just been playing around with it here, just give me some Veep project. But let's see how we're getting on. And we are looking good. I've noticed this, it keeps wanting to build in Remix, which I don't know, annoyingly. So I'm not particularly happy with that. So let's start a new chat. Let's actually force it to use React, Tailwind, and Veep. Cool. So now let's give it a thing. Create a Slack clone. We can get rid of that. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see what it does with that. I'm honestly feeling like this is more to do with Bolt than Google. So let's try Google AI Studio. You can actually select it here. Let's try and one shot build a snake clone in 3JS. Give all the code in one file. Let's just see what happens here. You can obviously see its thoughts here now. Once the snake clone 3JS, so it's you can see its reasoning, which is really cool here. The speed at which it's doing it is absolutely insane. Curious to check back in on this to see where it's going. I mean, it's written JavaScript to do it. We've got login or sign up. We've got /app. Let's see what's going on here. It's kind of built out React. I mean, that's kind of done its own thing, so we can ignore that. This is still going. And I think this is kind of it. So let's copy that and paste all that in there. See what we've got going on. Oh, there we go. Restart game. I mean, I don't know where the directions are going. What's going on here? It's 3D. It's 3D. You can't move around. And so look. I mean, where is even? It's importing 3JS here. Orbit controls. I mean, I'm not getting any orbit controls. I'm saying. Let's open up Windsurf as well, because Windsurf 8, which was released recently, and well, pretty much immediately, actually boasted support for. So looking here, yeah, so we've got a 2.5 Pro there, which I'm assuming is automatically updated to the latest one. But saying that, if we go to extensions and look for Cline, here we go, install this, trusted install. Cline is actually kind of the OG AI coding tool. And coming here, to this one, it's the 3.25 one. So saying that, we have it set up already on OpenRouter. Let's see what we can do. I mean, this is Jupita Chat right now. Okay, let's try something really in chat input. So let's try that. Chat in input. Randomize. So what we're going to do, we're going to randomize these. So randomize the suggestion buttons with each load. Let's see what it does there. Done it? Is that it done? A little quick look. So we've got an array here, shuffle suggestions. So all it's doing is shuffling between those. So that's great. So it's doing that. That's cool. So it's cleaned that up a bit. I mean, that was really friggin' fast, to be fair. Make the suggestion list much longer, but only ever show 6. See what it does there. Approve that. I mean, this is pretty goddamn fast, I'll be honest. There we go, so it's got a bunch of stuff there. Now it's going to shuffle them. And then how are we only showing? Okay, so it's showing us 6, so it's slicing them there. Excellent. I'm happy with that. That looks like it's going to do the job. I mean, the length of them is throwing them off, but every time we refresh now, we should see a different amount. Perfect. The speed on that was really, really impressive, I will say. So probably going to try and use 2.5 as much as I can because it does seem like an interesting model. Speed on it is incredible. I mean, it did kind of what I asked it to do. Probably could ask it again now to make those questions even like shorter, like 3 words or something like that. But yeah, pretty cool. So whilst it was a bit of a sketchy start, I mean, again, I think it's more to do with Bolt than anything. The speed at which Gemini was working at is incredible. I'm definitely going to be setting this as my default model for the foreseeable. It's already proving itself to be a pretty capable model. Let me know what your default model is and what you think of Gemini 2.5 Pro. Any questions down below in the comments. Thank you to everyone here who's subscribed to me on Patreon, and thank you for watching until the end. Like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.